I guess the sense of responsibility that you feel when becoming a parent is quite overwhelming, because you become, not only responsible for your own safety, but also the safety of your newborn. For me, when my son was born, the overwhelming sense of safety for him was quite apparent, but actually for me it overwhelmingly came across in a very anxious way, to the point where I actually felt that I could be somehow a danger to him. So I kind of actually wanted to avoid being around him, because I thought that if I was around him, then he could be in danger, especially if he was on his own with me. So I built up this, big anxiety around kind of being on my own with him, and it kind of took over for a while. The thoughts that I was dangerous, I would think that I had potentially the power to hurt my son in some way. I remember when I first noticed he was lying on my chest, and I thought, what if I sort of dropped him and then crushed him with my leg or knee, or acted in some way violent towards him? And it was a thought that popped into my mind. But actually at the time it didn't just feel like a thought, it felt like an actual real reaction, and all of a sudden my body kind of reacted to it. And yeah, that was almost the ignition to the fire in my brain of thinking, wow, I actually, I might be mad, I might be not have realised that I'm actually not a well person, and now I've got this son. What if I do something terrible? So I kind of, I had to avoid situations like having knives and things around when he was present. So if I did use a knife, I'd quickly clean it and put it away. They're called intrusive thoughts, and they happen to everyone. So everyone has intrusive thoughts, and quite often parents might not admit it, but they would have similar thoughts. The thing for me is that the reaction to those thoughts wasn't a normal process of eliminating that thought as just a thought. It was believing it, and that, in a sense, was the scary part, is that you actually believe that you're somehow dangerous or threat. It takes a big amount of courage to kind of talk about the fact that you think you're somehow dangerous. So I think for me, what I did was I took myself into hospital. I was handing myself in, if you like, as if I was I'd committed a crime. I'd sort of gone in and say, I'm happy for you to lock me away or whatever it takes. That was what I believed in my head that was going to happen. I did become very unwell, and there was a long period of time that it took to recover. But I think establishing and knowing what it was, and that there was other parents that had experienced this, really helped.